Hey everybody, I'm CJ, and that Star Wars girl seems to have gotten herself into a lot of trouble. Now, I don't know if this is an unpopular opinion or what, but 9 times out of 10, I could really give a fuck about Anna, that Star Wars girl, her opinions, what she's getting up to on any given day. There are reasons for that, probably best not to go into it. Suffice it to say, she's just not somebody who is on my radar in most cases. And yet, she sent out a pretty innocuous tweet, and the response to that tweet has been, well, a little overwhelming. Basically, here's what we've got. She sent out a little tweet basically comparing the old Shira designs to the new school Shira designs, and she basically says this is infuriating. That's it, nothing else. And if you're a fan of Shira, and from the jump, if you're a fan of Shira, I just have trouble relating to that, but whatever. If you're a fan of Shira, it seems to me to be an objective truth that the new designs are clearly worse than the original designs. The original designs seem to be, definitely they were products of their time, but they basically are intended to showcase beautiful women. That's it. The new designs are not designed to do that. They are designed to show, well, see for yourself. That should be pretty self evident. And that's it. And what people have inferred from Anna's meaning on this, I mean, I really hate that whole the left is the real racist bit or whatever. It's just shitty rhetoric for one thing. But the the response here, I mean, the amount of projection that is going on here, it just boggles the mind. People who hate Shira just because they added minorities still exist. What did Anna say about minorities? How the fuck do you look at the old designs and think that shit looks good? Well, the old designs are designed well, the new designs are not designed well. Seems pretty obvious. You're white, your opinion is automatically irrelevant and wrong. God bless. Somebody's wrong just because they're white. And like the thing about this is, guys, the person who tweeted this out at that Star Wars girl, you need to know, in their mind, this is a completely unassailable argument. An argument being made, it has everything to do with the identity of the person making it, and not anything to do with the merits of the argument. Does that make sense? In the world of SJWs, it's not enough that you express the right opinions. You have to be the right person. Everything with SJWs is completely contextual. There is no objectively right thing to say, or for that matter, even an objectively wrong thing to say. Something is only right or wrong based on who is saying it. Now, for normal, right thinking people, that can be a little bit of a challenge to get your head around because we all live in a world where something is right because it's right. It doesn't really matter who it is that says it or what their motivations are for saying it. An argument is right because it's right, or an argument is wrong because it's wrong. But you need, again, I cannot overemphasize this. Everything to do with SJWs, their thinking, their politics, their political opinions regarding this, that, or the other thing, and the oppression Olympics and all that. Everything that they believe is it exists on a completely contextual basis. If you don't understand that, you're never going well, to the degree SJWs can be understood, you're never going to understand SJWs. Bear that in mind as we move along. Literally fucking crying about it, the reboot has LGBT representation and the new designs have more diversity. Diversity is good because diversity is good. It doesn't matter that the new designs are clearly inferior to the original. They're more diverse, so that makes them good. Now, look at the original designs. There's an element of heroism. The designs are the original designs are beautiful and majestic looking. They showcase elegant women and, let's face it, kind of sexy. Uh, there's a certain amount of sex appeal, like in an aspirational sort of a way for little girls, and probably, let's face it, heterosexual boys. The original She-Ra was hoping to appeal to both markets. I don't know if it ever did, but there's a beauty to the original designs that, believe it or not, there was a time when it wasn't a bad thing for a little girl to aspire to grow up to become a pretty woman. Can't do that now, obviously, but believe it or not, there was such a time. Whereas these new designs are mostly flat chested, just, I don't even know what the fuck. I mean, some of these characters, it's and like the part about it that just boggles the mind is somebody got paid to design these new characters. And now we have somebody stepping forward to defend these new designs. It's fucking astounding. And again, the quality of these designs exists in a world totally apart from the fact that there's LGBT representation, there's racial diversity, and the women are mostly flat chested. And it's like those three facts trump everything else. Everything else. And this is SJW thinking at its most distilled, at its most pure. The objectively worst quality of the newer designs, it's like that just doesn't matter. We have more non-white people. We have more. We have more of the pride alphabet soup, and that's all that matters. There is no consideration and the women are all flat-chested. There is no consideration beyond those three basic points. And in fact, any consideration beyond those three basic points is, say it with me, racist. Moving on. Not only are you racist and fat phobic, you also are getting angry about cartoon titties. Yeah, I know. Imagine that, being such a stickler for proper anatomy. What a bigot. Moving on. Oh no, I can't get a boner now. So infuriating. Ew, diversity. I'm not kidding, guys. This really is the way that they think. It's just a cartoon, you sniff, and it just goes on from there. Guys, the point is, emphasize this, okay? Triple underline this part. All that Star Wars girl said is, this is infuriating. That's it. And every single one of these people have basically glommed onto this and inferred a meaning and an intent that is not inherently obvious based on what that Star Wars girl tweeted. It's just not there. But to these people it is, because to criticize the new designs is to criticize flat-chested women, diversity, and the pride alphabet soup representation. You cannot possibly have any other motive. And so for them, I mean, in their world, it probably does seem very reasonable and very logical to go on the attack. But to normal, right-thinking people, this whole thing just looks completely friggin' insane. So, anyway, this is a thing that really did happen. So, anyway, I'm CJ, and that's that. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, make sure you're still subscribed, comment, like, and share this video, because it really helps me out. Also, you can find me on Twitter at Cole Loves Comics.